Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Kick-off at the Vitality Stadium, 15 minutes away. Bournemouth against Manchester City. Then at half-time, we'll switch over to Stamford Bridge and start watching Chelsea against Spurs. And we'll take it from there. Double watch-along. Well, one at a time. But there's two games on tonight, two big games as well. Should Manchester City fail to win, Arsenal will win the Premier League title. And should Chelsea fail to win, West Ham United will be relegated from the Premier League. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's get a little chat going. Big news tonight. Southampton getting expelled from the Championship playoff final. Middlesbrough reinstated and they are set to face Hull City on Saturday. But Southampton are looking at appealing and they're exploring legal actions. Anyway, how are you all doing? How are you all? Good. Connor's been reading some Southampton fan forums and they want heads to roll at the club. They are fuming. Understandably so. Aidan saying it's the right decision. They've been doing it constantly. Gutting for the fans who lose the trip. That's the thing, isn't it? Is the fans haven't done anything wrong. They're the ones that are going to miss out. Logan thinks it's huge news. It's going to make next season a bit more difficult if West Ham get relegated. It depends how you want to look at it. I think Middlesbrough would be possibly harder than Southampton. So we'll wait and see what happens. I don't think it's finished yet. I think Southampton will appeal this. I think what the EFL have done, because they've reinstated Middlesbrough and given them the points deduction, I think they've almost set up the halfway house of, well, if you appeal and the punishment gets lessened, they could just remove the points deduction and say, well, Middlesbrough continue in the playoffs. You start on no points next season, so the punishment's softened. But they had to take this serious, especially when they admitted to also spying on Oxford United and Ipswich Town. It left them no choice. What could they do? What could the punishment be? So Southampton have admitted to spying on 3 separate occasions. You don't really leave the panel in much option here, because if they fine you, it's a very weak punishment and it would actually encourage teams. If you were in the Championship next season heading and you've got a chance of automatic or you've got a chance of the playoffs and well, Southampton got done for 50 grand, 100 grand for spying, you might think it's worth it. You might think, well, we'll pay 100 grand to know exactly how the other team's going to set up ahead of the weekend. So it had to be severe. And the only thing it could be was the playoffs and or points deduction next season. Personally, this may be unpopular. Personally, I would have binned off Southampton from the playoffs. I would have promoted Hull City. I'd have cancelled the playoff final, because Hull City have had a real disadvantage here. Because since the whole thing's happened, Southampton have been planning to play Hull City. Middlesbrough have been preparing to play Hull City. Hull City have been preparing to play either Southampton or Middlesbrough. Hull City haven't known who they're playing in the playoff final until tonight. It's Wednesday tomorrow. We're only a few days away from the playoff final. I think this has handed a huge advantage to Middlesbrough. Ironically, I think Southampton's actually handed an advantage to Middlesbrough and a massive disadvantage to Hull City. So what I would have done, I would have said to Middlesbrough, yes, you got beat. Yes, you've been spied on, but you also got beat. You're out. And we're going to hit Southampton, and we're going to hit them hard next season. We're going to take them out of the playoffs, and next season we're going to hit them with a minus whatever points deduction from the start of the season. But a hefty one, not -4, a hefty points deduction as well. 12, 13, 14 points or something. And I would have promoted Hull City, because I actually think they have been victims in this. Hull City have done nothing wrong, yet their preparation for the final has been thrown out the window completely because of what Southampton have done, and as a result, Middlesbrough have been given an advantage. So I would automatically promote Hull City. They won't. The playoff final is worth way too much money, but that's what I would have done. Fez has torn how he wants this game to go in regards to Chelsea Spurs, saying if we have a glimmer of hope, I fear Nuno would go and piss it away on Sunday. I'm hoping Chelsea win, but I'm expecting Spurs. I'm actually expecting Spurs to win. I've seen the lineups. Obviously, Pedro's injured, as I suspected. I don't fancy Delap. If anything, I think Delap's more likely to get sent off than to score. I think there's going to be a red card at Stamford Bridge, and I think it'll be for Chelsea as well. I think West Ham get relegated tonight, and I actually think Arsenal win the title tonight as well. Oakley is saying, hope you're okay. If Chelsea win tonight, we'll have to go out fighting, in the very least we still have hope. Yes, if Chelsea win, then yeah, we've got to go for it on Sunday. Chris, thank you very much. Saying, what do you think feels worse, getting relegated from the Prem or getting into the playoff final and being expelled? Definitely the playoff final. Definitely. Because when it's relegation, you can see it coming, right? It's over a 38-game period. You don't do well for 20 games and suddenly for 18 you're in a relegation battle and you get relegated. Well, some do plough down the table and go, but it's very rare. Usually the teams that have been relegated, I'm knowing there's at least a possibility of relegation for the entire duration of the season. With the playoff final being Southampton fans have done nothing wrong. Southampton players have done nothing wrong. This is down to the manager and his team. They're the ones that have done something wrong here. But the whole football club's going to get punished for this. And I think it would be, my head would be on Mars. If I was a Southampton fan right now, I would be seething. The gaffer's going to be the one that gets a sack. But this is where Southampton are in a tricky position because he's actually a good manager. So do they get rid of him? Do they punish him and say, you out? But that's a good manager they're getting rid of, and he's been really good at Southampton as well. I'll tell you one thing I'm surprised that they've not spied on is Arsenal. I bet you Arsenal will be going, oh, yeah, we had someone spying on us ahead of the FA Cup game. That's why we lost in the FA Cup. But they've admitted to 3. I don't believe that they only spied 3 times. Not a chance. If you do it once, you're probably going to do it 2 or 3 times. They've just been caught 3 times and they've just admitted to 3 occasions. I bet you there's other times they've spied. They've just not been busted for it. That's all. I think everyone should be looking at any club with a little coffee shop nearby needs to be having a look and seeing if this geezer, that guy's been buying a coffee at some point ahead of the game against Southampton. Sam Zini is saying, ready for the battle to be unloaded to put us out of our misery. Alex is saying they might knock points off, but they're not changing the fixture. Revelo saying Hull are the real losers in this Spygate bollocks. Completely agree. Catherine saying Spurs get a point. I will hire a clown's outfit to wear for Sunday. A clown with tears. Fair play for you to still go if you've been relegated. Omni saying had to admit it as well because it was so blatant. They did, yes. There's no way they can get away from that. Brian over in America is saying it's 36 degrees. I'm sweating. And the Chelsea Scummers game. Watch along's perfect. I don't want to be a coward. I debated not doing it. Understandably, I debated not doing it tonight. But I don't want to. I'd rather be known as the twat that did a watch along and watch the team get relegated than the twat that just didn't do a watch along because he was too much of a pussy hole. I don't want to be the coward. I'd rather be the idiot, right? Idiot is greater than coward, in my opinion. Scott saying, I think they've just promoted. They should have just promoted 2 teams and relegated 2. You catch my drift. I do catch your drift, and you're not the only one to suggest that. I'd almost don't really want to. I'd almost not want to stay up in that manner, though. Christian saying Steinberg's reporting us being close to breaking financial regulations. I haven't seen that. I'd have to have a look, Christian. I'd have to have a little gander. Connor's saying, but I haven't done anything wrong. They just lost the semi-finals. Yeah, I guess that's off of Omni saying, because I said I'd promote Hull, and he's saying that, but I haven't done anything wrong. Yeah, but they got beat, and I know they were spied upon, but how far back do you go with this? Luckily, Oxford United could say, well, hang on a minute, we need to replay our game against Southampton. They had an advantage. They've just admitted to spying on us, so what's happening to our fixture? I think if you're going to almost reverse the result of the Middlesbrough one, which is effectively what they're doing to some extent, then what about the other games that they've admitted to spying on against Oxford and Ipswich? Do they just stay as they are, although they've just admitted to having an advantage? And that's why I think it would have been better off just saying Hull Hull go up, but they ain't giving up that playoff final. It's too important, just for everything, really, for viewing figures. Aidan saying it's the EFL investigation, not FA, so if they did it against Arsenal or City, the EFL won't care. That's also very true. Benny saying he's heard that Ekdal is going to resign. He kind of has to, doesn't he? But what they're going to do, though? Like, what they're going to do? He's still a good manager. He's done wrong. Don't get me. He's absolutely done wrong. But I think he's still a good manager. I mean, I think this is where Southampton, are in a predicament now. Do they get rid of the guy that's done wrong, but get rid of a good manager, or do they keep him and just wrap his knuckles and hope that they can maybe get promoted next season? Chris, thank you for the £2 super chat. Very, very kind of you, saying Geo to the tune of Dino. I don't know it, but thank you for joining me. Equalizer's here saying, I'm watching with you, no problem. If we go down, it'll be a new start, new hope, new future. I've started to almost look forward to it a little bit over the last few weeks, if I'm honest with you. Even though I still had, a few weeks ago, I still had hope of staying up. Absolutely had hope of staying up. But I don't know, I've just started looking forward to the Championship in general. I think it's maybe a coping mechanism as much as anything else. Well, I've seen clips of the Bowen interview. I didn't see it all. I've seen clips. And I think it's unoffensive. Speaking honestly, isn't he? Saying he's said he's not played as well as he could have done or should have done, and he's hired to be captain and stuff. It's what I'd expect to hear, unless I've missed something. Unless he said something very interesting I've missed. Will, but please do pop it into the live chat if so. Major saying I feel like a hedgehog that has been squashed by a car but still breathing. Just put me out of my misery already. Of all the things to say, it's a very random one. Malk has got a scum fan coming to check in tomorrow at my guest house. If they win or draw tonight, he's getting the 2 Hammers Chat Unt mugs put in his room. I'll send you a picture. Love that. I love a little bit of pettiness. I've got plenty of time for pettiness in my life. Josh saying if Spurs lose, I still reckon you beat us on the last day to stay out. Hey, Josh, listen. There's been plenty of you Leeds fans chucking a little bit of hope in my direction over the last couple of days. I'll be honest with you, Josh, I'm batting it away because I don't think Spurs lose. But listen, if I want Chelsea to win tonight. I do want Chelsea to win, and we'd have a very, very small chance on Sunday. It is what it is. I've made peace with it a long time ago. It's just now about what we can do in the summer going into next season. And I think the club have to decide very, very quickly because there's 2 different directions you can take here. Do you go get someone in that's a quick fix to try and get you promoted no matter what? Or do you try and go down the project route and get someone in that is maybe on the younger side of things perhaps, or has a lot of potential but may not get you up straight away? Which one do you want to do? Now, I know they'd go for the first one, but I think there's an argument that you go for the second one. And there's a lot of older players maybe available this summer that would be good for the Championship. I do think we get one shot at it. I think we get one shot at promotion in the sense that I think we might be able to kick the can down the road with the finances because we'll sell so many players this summer. We'll have a lot of money coming in. I think that'll buy us a season in Championship. But if we fail to get promoted at the first time of asking, I think that's when we'll have a lot of financial worries and financial woes, but no players to sell because we would have sold them already. So I think we've got one go to get back up. Major saying, tell you what, next season, Wolves and Southampton get automatic spots, even with -4 points. That manager has worked wonders. Yeah, but you know why? Because he's been bloody spying on all the opposition's training sessions. And we're all seeing the Bowen video, 60 minutes, talks about potential future and plans. The rebuild next season says this week, with England announcing the squad on Friday and then the game on Sunday is the biggest week. I'll be surprised if he's in the England team. Scotland team came out today. Might do a video tomorrow about it. Might get 50 views, but be interesting. Anyway, kickoff at Bournemouth. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me get my... Oh, I just got it there. Just got it in time. Man City will get the action underway. I'm not going to be provided a commentary as such from either game. It's on this channel, I like it to be a watch along. So you're watching the game, hopefully. I'm watching the game. We'll discuss it in the live chat. And we'll discuss other football topics as well. Plenty of it with Southampton. But also we've got Maresca going into Man City with Pep leaving and Xabi Alonso going into Chelsea. So a lot of big topics in the Premier League over the last few days. So we'll have a little chat as the day goes on. What's everyone's score predictions for this game? Bournemouth, Man City. What's everyone feeling? I still think score draw. I'm 2-2. I'm going 2-2. Bournemouth can still get Champions League football. They need something weird to happen, don't they? So they need to. I mean, they can either mathematically overtake Liverpool, or they just need to finish 6th. But they need. Let me try to get this right. And a bit of a chance here for Evan Nielsen. Nah, Riley's there. Let me try to get this right. Villa need to win the Europa League and finish 5th. And if that happens, 6th place gets Champions League football. So in order for Villa, Villa need to win tomorrow night, and then Liverpool need to beat Brentford. Villa need to lose to Man City. And if that 3 things happen, whoever's 6th gets Champions League football. They get promoted to the Champions League, which would be, feels a bit wrong, doesn't it? But the Premier League will then have 6 teams playing Champions League football next season. You lose a Europa League spot though, so it doesn't go down to 9th. You lose a Europa League space. It's a lot of things need to happen, but 6th place can be Champions League football. Bournemouth have started reasonably brightly here. Right, your score predictions. Matt reckons it's going to be 2-2, like myself. Wirtz is saying 1-0. Mandy's saying both games will finish 3-1. I assume you mean Bournemouth and Chelsea, or I'm hoping you mean Bournemouth and Chelsea. Well, I don't really hope Bournemouth win, but it's hard, isn't it? Because I really like Bournemouth. Don't want to see them get beat. But for the sake of the title, kind of do. Mus reckons that City will win 2-1. Dave's 3-1 City. Oh, it's doing this thing where it's making me log out and in. I'll tell you what, I'm glad it's the end of the season. I need them to fix it. Kovacic with a random start. To be fair, he made a difference in the FA Cup final, didn't he? Right, so where was I? Ryan is 2-2 in this game. Bert's is saying Chelsea will win 3-1. Will saying 3-1 City and 2-0 Chelsea. That would be good. That would be a successful night as a West Ham fan. Anyway, but City on the attack. Adams, not with the best clearance in the world, and High-An pops out for a throw. Danny's 2-0. Dennis is saying 2-1 City and 2-2 at Spurs. Mark is saying his Tottenham fan friend is not confident at all. Spurs have got an awful record. Yeah, 1 win in like 36 league games or something like that. I'm not arsed. I'm not arsed about stuff like that. What do we all think about Pep heading off, Maresca going in? What are we all saying? It's Doku! Oh, that felt like a big chance there for City. On his left foot, though, quite central to in the box, though. Semenyo, good work down the right against his former team. Got away from Tavernier. Doku does well to give himself half a yard, but it's a bit of a tame effort, but shot on target, and he's going to maybe have another go here, Doku. It's Rodri. Charles saying is good because Pep bores him. I don't think Maresca's going to be. It's very going into Man U after Fergie, isn't it? You ain't filling those shoes. Although I do feel like the transition from Pep to Maresca is a lot more organised and better than the transition from Fergie to Moyes. You know, I was reading articles earlier that Maresca and Pep met up on holiday. They went abroad to meet up so they can discuss the transition and stuff like that. And Pep wanted to leave the squad in a good place. So I feel like Maresca's a bit more prepared for the job. I thought he did okay at Chelsea, Maresca. Connor says Maresca literally being the only name on the shortlist must make him feel good. Yeah, they've wanted him for a while, haven't they? I can see why. It is not just visually, it looks like a baby Pep, but been at City before, gone to Chelsea, so he's managed a big club as well. He's had relative success at Leicester City too, so I get it. I get why they'd like Maresca. Forward saying what I was just going to say, would Vincent Kompany have been good if he wasn't a Bayern? I think it's just too soon for Kompany. Not that Kompany's not ready per se, but I think he's not been at Bayern Munich long enough in order to leave yet. I think that's the thing. I think he's on to something good at the minute, and I think we'll see. I feel confident we'll see Kompany at Man City one day. I feel confident we'll see that. I think it's just maybe a year too early. I think if this was maybe next summer, maybe Kompany would fancy it, depending on how he's getting on at Bayern. Must say, Maresca would have to deal with the fallout of the misconduct charges. There's that as well. That's the elephant in the room, really. Is that why Pep's going? I've seen the reasons for it, such as he likes the idea of leaving after 10 years, but it does make you wonder if he fears something's on the horizon and he's getting out ahead of it. It does make you wonder that maybe next season Arsenal's going to be probably the firm favourites, aren't they, at this rate? Because Liverpool appear to be sticking with Slot. Maresca's going into City. Carrick stayed on to Man U, but they ain't a title challenging side yet. Alonso at Chelsea would be interesting, especially if they don't get European football. That would be interesting. But you feel like Arsenal will be the heavy favourites to win the title. James is saying, come on, Bournemouth. Couldn't give a toss about Arsenal winning the league and would rather see Bournemouth in Champions League, unless that's already the case. In which case, come on, City. They can get there, but they can get there by finishing 6th if Villa win the Europa League as well. Reese is saying, never thought to say this, but up the Blues. Yeah, I tell you what, just one of the worst things about this relegation battle, and I kid you not, because I'm quite a petty bastard, right? But one of the worst things has been having to root for teams you dislike. I hate doing it. I absolutely hate it. Watching Man U, thinking, come on, Man U. It just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Then wanting the likes of Chelsea to win. It's not pleasant, is it? Anyway, Bournemouth just playing around at the back. It's been quite an open game so far. Just over 8.5 minutes gone as Krupi finds Evan Nielsen. High on. Out to Smith. Right, that brings me on to my next topic for you all. A bit of a community discussion. I've seen some Man City fans discussing their best 11 under Pep Guardiola in the Premier League. And I think there's a few like untouchables, like Ederson, Kompany. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I was going to say another couple, but it's up to you guys. Who would you have? Who would you have? Man City's 11 under him. So what we're saying, Ederson in goal, Walker right back, Stones Kompany, Diaz Kompany, which one? Left back, you got what? Ake, Cancelo, Guardiola. And then in midfield, you've got to pick between Fernandinho and Rodri. Whoa, that's a big call, that one. De Bruyne's in there. Up front, Aguero or Haaland. Who would you go for? Who are you going to go for up front? And then I'm going to go. I'll tell you my 11. You can fight me. I'm going to go Ederson and goal. Walker right back. Stones and company. And Cancelo at left back. Rodri, De Bruyne, David Silva, and then I'll go Bernardo Silva, Aguero, and Raheem Sterling. That would be my Pep 11. Let's fight. Anyway, O'Reilly on the ball at the minute. Let's have a little look and see what you're saying. Here we go. Aiden's done his entire 11. I like this. Ederson, Walker, Company, Diaz, Cancelo, Rodri, De Bruyne, one of the Silvas. I'm going to assume it's Bernardo. Mahrez, that's a good shout. Haaland, Sterling. I need David Silva in there. I can't not have David Silva. Just a genius. Mandy saying Mahrez for Sterling. Yeah, but Mahrez wasn't a left winger. I don't like shoehorning players. And it's a goal, but he's offside. Semendo's offside. Yeah, I don't like putting players out of position. Wales done his 11 as well. Ederson, Walker, Stones, Company, Ake, De Bruyne, Yaya, David Silva, Sterling, Aguero, Haaland. Right, silly question. Was Yaya under Pep? I feel like Yaya was pre-Pep Guardiola. There might have been a crossover. Have I lost the plot? I thought Yaya was... I should really have Googled this. I'm looking stupid either way right now. Jack saying Yaya cursed Pep. Brilliant. George is saying you've got to have him. Yeah, but who over who? So James is saying Yaya left in 2018. So Pep arrived in 2016, didn't he? So he's 2 years. Yeah, I'm not. Yaya doesn't make it for me. I thought I was right then. It was right at the start of Pep's tenure. I still think Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Rodri, De Bruyne, I think they all get in my Pep 11 ahead of Yaya, personally. Yeah, everyone just confirming it was 2 years under him. Manny's saying, what about Sani left wing? You can have who you want. It's your 11, Mandy. We're not here to agree. We're here to have a discussion. You can pick who you want. You can have Sani if you want to have Sani. As Rodri gives it to Semenyo. Doku. Man City very high out of the pitch. Goes to Kusanov. And it's a very ambitious effort. And wide. Jack saying Gundogan was good, but not above those three. Yeah, he was good though. I think his... sometimes you can get like recency bias, can't you? And I think because he was a bit stinky in his second spell, he sort of outstayed his welcome a little bit, but his first spell, he was such a high standard. Plax is saying Mahrez has to be in the team. He was unreal. I feel like it's between Mahrez and David Silva. I feel like I've got to have Bernardo Silva in there. So I feel like it's like Bernardo or David Silva. So Bernardo's got to be in there. So it's between David Silva and Mahrez for me. I was just such a big David Silva fan. I just thought he was an incredible footballer. Prefect is saying thinks Semenyo is going to be immense for them. It's time to cost Evan Nielsen. Oh my God, what a miss. What a miss. He's just missed from, what, a yard out? 2 yards out? Bloody hell. What is... Let's have a look. I hope he was offside for his sake. Great play. He's just on or just off. On the edge of the 6-yard box, quite central, and he's managed to put it over the bar. And the ball's just on the deck. Wow. That is a massive, massive miss. Maybe he's an Arsenal fan. That doesn't make sense, Gio, because he'd definitely score it. Maybe he's a City fan. That's the right one, isn't it? It's been a long day. Relegation battles do funny things to you. Silva, just on the ball now. City need to calm it down a little bit after that chance they just presented to Bournemouth. It's got goals in this game, hasn't it? It's got goals. Seen, speaking of Man City, their Player of the Year award nominations do not include Erling Haaland. So do you know, like, a lot of teams just... A lot of clubs just let the fans pick anyone, right? Just here's a list of all the players, pick who you want. So what City have done is they've given them 3 players. So it's like, pick from these 3 players who you think is player of the season. And they've gone with O'Reilly, Doku and Kusanov. But no Bernardo Silva, no Erling Haaland, which is a bit... I thought it was a bit strange, really. I think Bernardo Silva, to be fair, he wasn't on it, but I think he was... But I think Doku's a bit of a recency thing. I don't think he's been great all season. I think Kusanov's good. And I'm a big fan of O'Reilly, but it's just a bit strange that they only nominated 3 players and just pick from these 3 players. I like this from Will. It's got Carson, going Mendy, Demichelis, Kolo Toure, Nunez, Nolito, Rodwell, Phillips, Savinho, Negredo, Mubama. Not Robinho. Could chuck a bit of Robinho in there. A bit of Craig Bellamy. Jovetic. Good defending there by Smith, heading it back. Connor saying, do you think the club will even bother to do a Hammer of the Year? Yeah, they've put it up, Connor. You can vote for it. You can go vote for the Hammer of the Year. My vote has been cast, but it's my pick is hardly ever Hammer of the Year. I'm still here wanting justice for Zabaleta that season, and Arnautovic won it. What was that? 2017-18 was it? Arnie won it. Zabaleta got massively scammed. Last season I voted for Bowen and Wan-Bissaka got it. Scammed. Major has gone with Nick Weaver. Done. That, bloody hell, Sun Jihai is a throwback. Diston, Thatcher, Sean Wright Phillips, Lomas, Sivereski, Rosler, Goter and Huckabee. Some proper City players there. Just need Stephen Ireland in midfield. Remember when he was good for like a very small period of time? Blacks are saying he remembers Arsenal fans saying Rafinha wouldn't get in front of Saka when Leeds were selling him. Don't know. Well, we'd like Hackney when we go down. Listen, if we could get Hackney, I think he's too unrealistic, but if we could get him, I'd be delighted. I'd be very, very happy. Mason, I'm not, but Will's mentioned it as well, so I'm going to have to go listen to that interview later on or tomorrow morning or something like that. Yeah, Stephen Ireland was the bald one. Correct. Colin, I put the quote in. Wales, and a couple of people referred to it. Honestly, I've seen a clip, but he didn't say anything about leaving. Anyway, Haaland's got a bit of a chance here to try and just get up the pitch. He's held onto the ball rather than trying to attack Tyler Adams. Just over 20 minutes gone still. Bournemouth 0, Manchester City 0. Scott, I remember getting Man City in a postal management game I used to play years ago. They would post you the data. Can't really remember now. Anyone else do that? Just me. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're referring to here, Scott. What, like Football Manager through the post? Is that what you were talking about? Can't be Fantasy League because you wouldn't be Man City, would you? Right? So what? You were playing Championship Manager through the post? I remember we had Championship Manager at school. At lunch, there was Champ Manager Club, and I went up to the IT department, and we were all in charge of a club. It was Champo 102. We all had our own club. We were in our own team. There was 8 of us or something, and we were only allowed to go once a week, and we played Champo 102. And then we got cancelled. It got banned after 3 weeks because there was cheating going on. I should do at that age. It's oh, you sell me your player for ridiculous million, then I can buy this player and get an advantage over everyone else, etc., etc. So there was a bit of cheating going on. So it escalated. Anyway, Bournemouth have got a corner here. Tavernier taking it, and it's a bit deep though, and it's over to everyone, headed away by O'Reilly, but Truffert brings it down. He sends it back in towards Evan Nielsen, but away by Rodri. And Alex Scott picks it up. I wonder if he'll be in England squad. Deserves to be. Not sure he will be. Star remembers the male manager games. Scott saying it was Football Manager, but they post it to you in 2004. I've never heard of it, honestly. Never heard of it. Steve, what would be your all-time South American West Ham team? That would take a lot of thinking. Do we even have a keeper? Tell you what, though, Lanzini behind Tevez would be tasty, wouldn't it? O'Reilly just hooking it forward. Broccoli saying, Bowen basically saying he's focusing on the last game, putting all his energy into that. No one knows what happened yet. There's a lot of rumours that aren't true. Oh. It's difficult because what's he meant to say? What's he... He's hardly going to confirm he's leaving, but he's also not going to say that he's staying, is he? I wouldn't expect him to. As Silva puts it in towards Haaland, he brings it down, but he's smothered, and they've done well there. And Scott looks to release Evan Nielsen, who's battling McGee, and has conceded a free kick. Prefect, how do I rate England's chances? Good. I think you've got a good, no matter what he does in terms of his squad, he's going to have a good squad. He got good players. I think 1 or 2 players are coming back from injury now at the right time, like Colwill, for example. But I think England have got a decent chance this summer. But you always do, don't you? You've always got a decent chance in the tournaments. I think his issue is, the midfield, I think, is easy enough. Rice and Anderson feels like picks itself. Kane up front, obviously, who I think is one of the best players in the world right now. I think he'd probably be my pick for the Ballon d'Or. A lot of the defence picks itself as well. It's just that attacking midfield, that three in behind Kane. Who does he pick? And I think he's maybe going to have to, or he maybe will, put square pegs in round holes, especially out on that left-hand side. And he obviously likes Rodgers. Tuchel obviously likes Rodgers, understandably. You'd imagine Saka will have that right-hand spot. So Rodgers will play one of the two, but who else has he put in there? Bellingham feels like the obvious one, but it feels like one of them will be out of position. RC, yeah, we'll switch over to the Chelsea Spurs game at half-time. We'll watch the first half of the Bournemouth City game, and then we'll switch over to Stamford Bridge at half-time, and we'll take it from there. Probably stick with the Chelsea Spurs game. But we'll keep an eye on the Bournemouth game, and then at half-time at Stamford Bridge, we'll switch over to the Bournemouth game and get 15 minutes action. So 2 games overlapping. Good for entertainment, that's for sure. I had a question I was going to answer, but I've just disappeared. Someone did ask about the channel for next season, but I started it, but it's disappeared. Peter, I can tell you a joke, but it's a very bad joke, like a dark humour kind of joke, and it might offend some people. It's probably wise to not say the joke, really, isn't it? I think I'll just keep my mouth shut. The problem when you say a risky joke, some people might find it funny, but others will get offended and think it's disgusting and unsubscribe. You've got to know your audience, haven't you? My audience is football. No one's subscribed for my humour, that's for sure. Anyway, corner from Man City. Rodri heads it down, but it's bouncing around in here. Bournemouth can't Haaland, and that's a big block. Big block in there. It was a bit scrappier than it needed to be there. Rodri got his head on it, and then Evan Nielsen sort of headed it back into the danger area, but he's the one that blocked Haaland's shot in the end. So bad defending and good defending by Evan Nielsen. But they get that corner clear slightly. That's a lovely ball by Nunez out to Silva and goes across towards Gay. But Hill gets his head on it, and it's a free kick to Bournemouth right in front of the goalkeeper after Gay fouled Smith. CB saying, feels filthy wanting Chelsea to win tonight, but then again, screw Spurs. As much as I dislike it, I do find it easy to root for whatever's best for West Ham. Prefect saying, one about your nan, I believe it was quite amusing, if also quite sad. What one? I've not said a joke about my nan. I don't think. Don't think I've said a joke about my nan. I don't recall one. And there's certainly nothing in my head. There's Doku's trying to get the end of that, but Hill does, who's had a terrific season, hasn't he? Hill really stepped up, and I think he's gone under the radar. Obviously, last season they had Howson and Zabarni and got their big moves, and Senesi was sort of third choice centre back, and he's stepped up as well, and he's got a lot of the plaudits, and he's going to have a big transfer this summer, wherever he goes. I'd imagine it'll be Spurs if they stay up, or perhaps Villa. But he's definitely leaving. It's been confirmed he's leaving Bournemouth. But I think Hill's been just as good, if not better than Senesi. He just doesn't seem to get the same plaudits. Oh, I know what you're talking about now, Prefect. Yeah. Lauren's nan died last year. And I was present. And I was watching the football as she passed away. The FA Cup game, Fulham, Crystal Palace, I won't forget it. I was just moaning to her about the football, and during the process of moaning about the football, she passed away. It was an unexpected death. For anyone that's unaware, I should just add, it was an expected death. She was in the care home, and we knew she was going to die that day at some point. It just happened to be my turn. She must have just been listening to me moaning about the football, because it was 2-0 Palace. I remember it exactly well. I remember it complaining, saying that Fulham don't score soon, the tie's over, it's going to be boring. She must have been listening to me thinking, fuck this, I'm off. And that was it. That was the end. I do feel a bit sorry. 93 years old she was. 93. Imagine living your life for 93 years. You were alive in World War II, right? You've gone through World War II. 93 years old. And the last thing you hear is me talking about Fulham Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. Poor woman. Like, no one wants that. Not even I want that. Imagine there was a heaven. She gets up there. Her late husband's waiting for her. Reunited at last. They have an embrace. And he says, what was it like? What have you got to tell me? And she goes, well, I know that Palace are 2-0 up at Craven Cottage in the FA Cup. Anyway, Doku, the worst thing is she fucking hated football. She really hated football. She used to moan when it was the World Cup or the Euros because it would be on normal TV. And Semenyo has a dig, blocked into the hands of Petrovic. Dean, I'll click on your joke. I'll be honest with you, I was a bit worried it's going to be a bit nasty, right? So Dean's joke begins with, why do Spurs fans get buried 9 foot underground at funerals? Come on then, Dean, what you got for us? Why do Spurs fans get buried 9 foot underground at funerals? We're ready for the punchline. Come on, Dean, we're ready. I'm just waiting. Because deep down they're really nice people. Dean, that is awful. That's not even funny. That has not lived up to... That was not worth it. Sorry. That's bad. That's not good. I'll give you a sick joke. But I just want to be clear. For legal reasons, I'm doing it now. For legal reasons, it's a joke, okay? A joke. Not real, not true. Doesn't reflect personal opinions or anything like that. It's just a joke. I'm now going to insert a risky joke. What's the difference between a priest and Andy from Toy Story? Andy goes limp when a kid walks in the room. Not my joke. I warn you, it's a bit disgusting. Anyway, Doku's absolutely done Smith there and got brought down. And it's a free kick to Manchester City. I meant Woody. Fucked it. Yeah, I meant Woody. Fucked it. Fucked it. Fucked it. Fucked it. We'll try it again. I've absolutely fucked it. My bad. That's what I get for trying to multitask. Even Charlie's messaged me saying it's Woody. Andy's a child. Come on. I fucked it. Shocking. I've got a joke for you. What's the difference between a priest and Woody from Toy Story? My favourite dad joke, right? It's a dad. This one's a dad joke. 7 dwarfs in a bed feeling sleepy. So Sleepy got out. But I'm not fucked that one. I've definitely got the quantity of dwarves correct. All right. We're not going to turn this into a stand-up comedy show. Back to the football. Back to the football. Anyway, Semenyo, good term, good ball. Looking for Haaland, but it's good defending by Hill once more. Haaland giving him a little nudge. Okay, I'm gonna click on this one because it's really bad, and it's disgusting. But I like disgusting jokes. Aaron said, this is Aaron's joke, not mine. Aaron said, I rang up the rape support line the other day, but apparently it's only for victims. Damn. Damn. I'm gonna edge away from the jokes now. I'm gonna edge away from the jokes. Everyone has a different barometer when it comes to jokes, doesn't it? Just to remind you, that was Aaron's joke, not mine. Chris, what do you get if you send a cow? Chris, we all know it's a pat on the head. That joke is from like 1995. Pat on the head. You get a pat on the head. Anyway, someone got booked. I think it might have been Tyler Adams. Oh, come up on the screen, won't it? Let me have a look. It's not up yet. Someone definitely got booked. Unless it was a Man City player. No, it's not up yet. I think it was Tyler Adams. Anyway, Scott on the ball for Bournemouth. Tavernier, Trufer is on the move. It's Krupi Jr. Ooh! That's a nice goal. It's 1-0 Bournemouth. No joke. This is not a wind-up. This is not a joke. That is a lovely, lovely finish by Krupi Jr. That's a massive goal for Arsenal, that. Bournemouth 1, Man City 0. Erling Haaland is not happy with Bernardo Silva. That's a great goal. Great finish, though. Don't feel like I need to see Donnarumma here because given that he's so tall, he's an absolute giant. I don't feel like it was a nice finish by Krupi Jr., don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like it was bent right into the top corner or nothing. So I need to have a look at the goalkeeper's positioning. Oh, he doesn't even move. There you go. He doesn't even move. That's why he didn't get anywhere near it. Yeah, Kusanov just comes right across the view. So I don't think Donnarumma gets a good look at it, but he's just rooted to the spot. Great finish. 1-0 Bournemouth. 5 minutes until half-time. Aiden saying, Reckon Maresca sells Donnarumma for Trafford. Yeah, he wanted Trafford at Chelsea, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did. So I agree with you. He's in again here, Krupi Jr., and it's blocked by Mark Gay, and I think, yeah, the flag's gone up for offside. I have to agree here with Creamy Bailey saying Donnarumma's got to be one of the most underwhelming signings of the season. He has been, hasn't he? He's not been great, has he? I think Ederson's time was up, though. I think they did need a change in goal. And I don't know if Trafford is ready yet. I think Trafford's got everything to be a top goalkeeper, but even in the Cups, I think he's made a couple of errors, although perhaps not costly ones. So I think they needed a new keeper, but I agree with Greg's that Donnarumma's not been very good. Pressure on City here. They need to win. They need to win. A point hands Arsenal the title. But what a massive win this would be for Bournemouth. Pretty much. I mean, I think it would actually guarantee them Europa League football, at least, the bare minimum. Let's have a look. Yeah, put them 5 points ahead of Brighton, so they could guaranteed Europa League football, but they'd also have a chance of Champions League football too, which would be incredible. And I do wonder, right, I do have to say, do you think they'd maybe be able to persuade Iraola to stay? Because there's a lot of talk, if Palace win the Conference League, he might go to Crystal Palace, who would be playing Europa League football. But he's a way to deliver European football at Bournemouth. So I did wonder if maybe that would persuade him to change his mind. But tough, because they've already got the new manager, haven't they? Marco Rose. He's already lined up ready to rock and roll. But I do just wonder if maybe he was a little bit, I don't know, quick to make his decision, perhaps. Especially if he was to deliver Champions League football at Bournemouth. That would be incredible. Now, we've got a couple of minutes plus stoppage time. And then, what are we on? A minute. Oh, kickoff at Stamford Bridge is upon us. Let me change my thumbnail to the Chelsea Spurs one. I have to say, I feel like nothing ahead of the game, the Chelsea game. I don't feel any nerves. I don't feel any excitement, which is not something I could say every game this season. Let me just delete that out of the title as well. Just give me 1 minute, chat, and then I will be jumping over to Stamford Bridge and we'll have a little chinwag about what's going on there. As Semenyo just tries to feed it through to Silva, who's not on his wavelength, to go straight through to Petrovic and a Bournemouth goal. Right, there we go. All right, switch over. What they on? What channel they on? There we go. Is Alonso there tonight? I'm assuming Alonso's there. Has anyone had a build up on and seen if Xabi Alonso's in the crowd? All right, let me switch over to the Chelsea fixture and get the clock ready as Spurs will kick off at Stamford Bridge. I fear the worst, but I'm hoping that Chelsea can continue their unbelievable record against them. But there is a bit of me that just wants to be put out of our misery. And even if we do stay up, I'm not convinced next season will be much better, to be honest with you. I think it could be even worse, possibly. The only difference is I think we'd have more chance of selling. I think there'd be more chance of Sullivan selling up in the Premier League than in the Championship due to the valuation of the football club. So my biggest desire, to some extent, for staying up is hoping that it would increase the chance of David Sullivan selling up. I don't know if it's true. It's just my own logic. Anyway, it's underway. The clock's ticking away. 36 seconds on the clock. My prediction for this game was 2-1 Spurs. So my prediction at Bournemouth was 2-2, and my prediction for this one was 2-1. As Mwani comes down the right. His cross is deflected. What do we make of Xabi Alonso going into Chelsea? You got your opinions on that, chat? Let me know. Let's get into live chat. Let's have a little chin wag as we root for Chelsea. And it's half-time between Bournemouth and Manchester City. Still 1-0 to the Cherries. Did you see Cole Palmer's... He is a bit gormless, isn't he? Right. And I know his interviews can be a little bit entertaining, almost for the wrong reasons. And I feel a bit harsh laughing at things like that. But did you see him getting asked about the cinema? And he said, I don't like the cinema. The TVs are too big. he gave some legitimate reasons as well, such as the snacks are too expensive. I mean, when a professional Premier League footballer is complaining about the price of food, you know it's expensive. But his first reason was the TV's too big. Then his second reason was the TV's too loud. I just love him. So whenever his interviews come up, and it's harsh because I think the journalists know what they're doing. They know they're going to get an answer out of him that's going to be funny, and but it works on me. Whenever I see a clip of Cole Palmer come up, I do watch it because I am expecting to have a chuckle. Like when he got asked about a meal deal. Remember that one? He got asked about a meal deal, and he said, "I've never had a meal deal." So the interviewer was like, well, what sandwich would you have? Just trying to get an answer out of him. So what sandwich would you have? And he's like, I don't know. Jam? just brilliant, isn't it? Just a jam. Just jam sandwich. He does tickle me. Jam. I like this. Paul saying the Carl Pilkington of Premier League football. He really is, isn't he? They know it's almost like a Ricky Gervais sketch, but oh my God, they nearly scored an own goal there, Chelsea. It's one of those ones that's behind Hato and he's facing his own goal and he's just stretched for it and it's ended up sort of hitting his foot rather than him kicking the ball. And it's just gone past the front post. I mean, I say nearly. I mean, it's like 2 yards wide, but it was enough to give my heart a little stutter. Speaking of conspiracy, and Chris is only joking, but speaking of conspiracy, you see that Havertz foul last night for Arsenal, the most obvious blatant red card I've ever seen. Honestly, they're not even trying to hide it anymore. Come on, Chelsea. It doesn't feel good wanting Chelsea to win for two reasons. One, I don't like them. And two, I don't trust them. So it's not even like I'm rooting for a team I dislike, but they're quite good. Rooting for a team you dislike, who are also not very good currently, it's a difficult thing. It's a tough task. It doesn't just feel wrong, it also feels false. Andrew, thank you for your support. It's very kind. He's saying, buy a slice of cheese to go with jam butty. Well, Andrew, thank you. I like cheese. Grace can say cheese. She can say about 10 words. Cheese is one of them. Major saying, is there a match of the day equivalent for the championship? I think they got rid of it. There used to be, but it was for like the EFL rather than the championship. And I'm sure they've binned it off. I'm sure they have. I could be wrong. Ionix saying he went out with an extremely wealthy lady a few years ago and she never had a KFC, kebab, McDonald's or even fish and chips. So what did she eat? Imagine being that deprived. To be fair, I don't really like Maccadees. It's pretty poor, isn't it, really? It used to be poor and cheap. It's now poor and average at best, price-wise. So it's no longer worth it. I like the breakfast still. I do like the McMuffin. But in terms of like a burger, I couldn't tell you last time I've had a Maccadees. I don't know. Dennis is saying it's on ITV. He's been watching it all season. Is this not the last season, though? But it must be new, that, because I'm sure it used to be on... Never used to be on ITV. Oh, what channel was it on? So I just watch on Sky Sports News now. Well, Chelsea haven't been terrible in the opening 7.5 minutes. They've also not been great, but... Prefect, yeah, they can absolutely still get European football. The league table's right there, right now. If you have a look, a win would take them... I'm sure a win takes them above Brentford. Yeah, Brentford are on 52 points currently. And Chelsea are on 50, and that's with the point tonight. So Chelsea begin winning. I can't recall Brentford's goal difference. Let's have a gander. I'm sure they jump into 8th if they win tonight, Chelsea do. So Chelsea plus 3. Yeah, if Chelsea win, they go 8th, which is Conference League football currently. I say currently, it is. It's Conference League football, full stop. Delap and Danzo having a little battle. They're both going to get booked tonight, them two. Honestly, I'm worried Delap gets sent off. Six teams, Peter, in the playoffs. It goes down to 8th place. That's why you've got a little bit muddled up. It's 6 teams in the playoffs. Anyway, Moani doing a nice 1-2. He's coming down this right-hand side for Spurs. With Charlison in the middle. Tell trying to join him. Headed away. It's James on the bench for Chelsea tonight. Let's have a gander. I know they're starting 11, but I'm unsure of who the bench is. Yeah, Reece James is on the bench. It's not the strongest 11. Nice to see Derry back on the bench after he was knocked out against Nottingham Forest. A couple of youngsters on there as well. Anyway, Cucurella's won it, but Charlison can say to go in for it. The Spurs striker comes out on top. Anyway, here comes Spurs, Polina, Porto. And he goes towards Charlison. It's Tell! Ooh! Oh, fuck off. That was a top save, I think, by Sanchez. I don't know if he saved or hit the post, but that was close. Yeah, it hits the post. No, I don't like this. I don't like it. Alex is saying Nuno's staying. What do you mean by that? Is there something come out? Has there been some update or something, Alex? What makes you think he's staying? Dad's Army saying West Ham had a run of 3 losses and quite easily could happen to Spurs. Anything can happen. And James Gunn saying Liam Delap isn't a footballer. I like him. Not at Chelsea. I think he's been stinky at Chelsea. Too soon. Too big a club too soon. He should have left Ipswich for a bottom half Premier League club where he could have been the main man week in, week out. Funny enough, I think we would have been a good club for him. Somewhere that he was playing every week. Yeah, well, I did see that Igor Thiago Brentford got called up and Pedro didn't, which I can't say I agree with it. I'll be honest with you. I think Pedro's twice the footballer that Thiago is, personally. No doubt Thiago's had a really good season, but I think Pedro's also had a really good season. But I believe Pedro, when he played for Brazil last time out, he was pretty poor. I think Thiago scored was it against France? Maybe one of them took their opportunity in the friendly and the other one didn't. I don't know. Well, Chelsea currently just walking around, so this is not reassuring for anyone wanting Chelsea to win. The opening stages haven't been too promising. But Neto has the ball at the minute for Chelsea. Out on this right-hand side, gives it to Palmer. Here we go. Back to Palmer. Tip round the post by Kinski. A comfortable save by the keeper. Corner kick to Chelsea. Anyway, Enzo Fernandez shall take the corner, and it goes. Headed away-ish by Richarlison. It's bouncing around in that box, though. Back out to Fernandez. And for fuck's sake, Fofana's clattered Porto off the ball and given away a free kick. What a stupid thing to do. Just no need for it. This ref is taking no nonsense anyway. He's certainly having a shout at someone, Fofana or Fernandez. It's just unnecessary from Fofana. He didn't need to do that. He just steps across Porto. Porto makes the most of it, but bloody idiot Fofana. "50 minutes gone, Stamford Bridge, nearly, and it's Chelsea 0, Spurs 0, which would be sufficient to keep Spurs in the Premier League. Percy asking about the Scotland squad. I'm unsurprised by it. There's one or two players I would have not taken. At no point does anyone need to see Grant Hanley in the squad, for example. And, you know, the keepers. We've got 3 goalkeepers, right? 3 keepers. And they've got 5 appearances this season between them. Just... I think Miller's unlucky to miss out, though. Major said his perfect breakfast: 2 sausage, 3 bacon, black pudding, square sausage, bubble, mushrooms, beans, 2 fried eggs, 5 sliced toast, strong tea, and Diet Coke. Now, I know Trosh doesn't like it, but I like a hash brown in mine. And please, you've got no tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes. I'm not bothered about the fried slice, but a potato scone or a tatty scone. I like a tatty scone. Diet Coke, though. Unsure. Anyway, Spurs have a throw in. So I wanted to praise Spurs' kit too much. I do like the retro badge on kits. A lot of teams have done it this season, haven't they? Sunderland, Newcastle. I like the retro badge on the away kit. I think it's a nice idea. I'd like to see us do it as well. Like, it's fun. Fans enjoy it. Fans like retro. Put the retro back on. Anyway, Neto on the ball for Chelsea. Gives it to Enzo. Kukurea on the overlap. Enzo goes for it. Oh my God, it's a goal! Chelsea are winning! Fucking hell! Fuck! Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. They're winning. They're winning. Chelsea are winning. Enzo Fernandez. It wasn't the most powerful effort in the world, I'll be honest with you. He just sort of bent it in that far corner from quite some distance. Let's have a look. Behind the goal angle. It's a good one. It's quite far out. And it's really accurate. I just didn't think it was that powerful. I just assumed the keeper would get there. Nah, the keeper, Kinski gets that wrong. If I'm looking at Kinski, he's bouncing up and down. The ball's halfway in the back of the net before he even dives. He's sort of leaning to the left before he dives to his right. Kinski's made an absolute mare of that, in my opinion. The Spurs keeper, who made an unbelievable save against Leeds United in stoppage time last week. And I feel like he should be doing a bit better there. But anyway, it says Chelsea 1, Spurs 0. No, Trosh, I don't think it was a knuckleball. I don't know if you're watching it or if you're just asking what happened. Let me just log out in so I can click on comments again. I don't think it was a knuckleball one. It's with the inside of his foot. He just bends it into the far corner, quite low. I don't think it was that much power. It was swervy. But anyway, Chelsea are winning after 19.5 minutes. We couldn't, could we? Come on, I want another one, Chelsea. Oh, please, could you imagine? Well, we're in for a fun evening, regardless of what happens. There's a long way to go. But they're in the lead. Which makes me even more pissed off against Newcastle United. Could you imagine we'd won and we were currently at the bottom 3 watching this? We'd be partying right now. Fucking... Good player, Enzo. I am a big Enzo fan. I know he's a bit of an unlikable character, isn't he? But I do like him. Delap and Danzo battling away. Honestly, them two are getting booked. There's no way Delap and Danzo are not getting booked tonight. They're just going to fight each other at some point. They're just going to start wrestling one another. Richard's got a feeling he's not felt in a few days. Prefect said, I'm just going to enjoy the moment. What else is there to do? Mason saying, so much to happen. And if they do lose tonight, still need Everton to win. Who look crap right now. Egg saying, we have had something to play for, but we are shite. Egg being an Everton fan. Scott saying, I know what's going to happen. We'll somehow beat Leeds and this lot will draw against Everton. Christian saying, I'll be fuming if Leeds lose this way, in a way that's honestly, that performance on Sunday was disgraceful. Major saying, as things stand, you can pick one game to win. West Ham v Leeds or Scotland v Brazil. Well, because I'm unconvinced that Spurs lose both games, maybe the Scotland one. Tell you what, the referee's going to have to get his cards out soon. He let Van der Ven away with one, and now Gallagher's gone in on Santos, and Palmer asking the questions, saying what's going on here. And I think the referee's going to do well to keep a lid on this game for a little bit longer. Both. I was unsure going into this how much Chelsea would care, and I think if Spurs scored first, I think they would give up pretty quickly. But with them winning, I think the Spurs players will get rattled. And you might get a reaction out of the Chelsea players off the back of that. Fernandes will be loving it. Anyway, Delap battling away with Van der Ven, Caicedo. Go on, Cucurella, go on. Pick someone out. He crosses it back for Palmer. To Delap. Oh, high and wide. Good play, though. Good play. Can't believe I'm proper rooting for Chelsea here. My mum would be happy. My mum's she used to be a Chelsea fan by mistake, and then she binned them off because they sacked Ranieri. True story. I mean, she met my dad when they were out, but like when they first met, the very first time they met, my dad naturally asked her, "What football team do you support?" And she'd only heard of Chelsea, so she just said Chelsea. She didn't actually support them. So she just said it to impress him, and it almost put him off with him being West Ham. And then she just sort of stuck with it. And then she loved Ranieri, so when they sacked Ranieri, she just gave up. She was like, right, that's it. I don't need to bother my arse anymore. Anyway, Mwani on the ball now for Spurs. Gallagher I'm already clock watching. It's 24 minutes in. I don't know. I'm expecting it to say 88 or something. Just gives us a bit of a chance, doesn't it? Hopefully Chelsea can beat them and we can just have a bit of a chance. I've still not booked my train for Sunday. I'll be honest with you, right? I thought if we're already relegated, I ain't going on Sunday. And I thought, and I've said, if we're still undecided and it goes to the final game, I'm gonna go. But then I looked like 2 weeks ago. The trains are like 200 quid, and I thought, fucking hell. But I've still not decided what I'm doing, and because I've been convinced that Spurs won't lose tonight. I thought, well, I'm not going on Sunday, so I've stopped thinking about it. And Mrs. Gio said to me today, she said, well, if Chelsea win, are you going to go on Sunday? I was like, I don't know. I don't have it in my head that Chelsea could win. So I'm still undecided. I feel like I have to go. Like if it's in the balance, if we could stay up, I feel like I've got to go. But it's a long way to go for heartache. But could you imagine it happened? I'd really regret not going. Connor, I live in Stoke. I haven't checked for a few days. Might be cheaper, might be more expensive. But the first train out, so I get there like 12 or something. And then the last train back, it was just under, it was £189 or something like that. So I'll leave it. I'll wait and see. Need Chelsea to win first of all for me to have a decision. But I'm not going if it's done. If it's like a funeral, I ain't going for a funeral. Chelsea look up for it. Certainly some of the players do anyway. Some of the players. Westwood lives in Cannock. No, you're not that far away from me. Surreal. Imagine choosing to live in Stoke. It's Mrs. Gio's fault. Mrs. Gio's family are from Stoke. I'm stuck here now. Now we've had Grace. Where do you live, Connor? I thought you were close to Gio. I am Gio. Where do you live? I do live closer to Gio. Chris, what a mix. Scotsman living in Stoke, supporting West Ham. I know. I've met a couple of other West Ham fans in Stoke, though. Billy Ocean. How's that, Billy Ocean? Wow, Porro's just taking Cucurella out. And that's going to be the first yellow card of the game, and it is. That's Porro in the book. How's that, Billy Ocean? Interval, went down, get a drink, and I was talking to someone, and the bloke in front of me just stopped. Nearly walked in the back of him, and he turned around and went, I thought I recognised that voice. And then we had a chat about West Ham. A Leeds fan stopped me in Marks and Spencer's a while ago. Sunday morning. I done a video Sunday morning. And we were in M&S, and this guy just reached across and said, I've just been watching you this morning. I'm a Leeds fan. And this was like over a year ago or something like that. So it was before I did the Leeds podcast. Anyway, Chelsea got the free kick here. Enzo Fernandez is going to whip this one in. Right, someone get your head on this. Fernandez! Oh! It's off the bar! Oh, fuck. That's unlucky. I think the keeper had it covered. I think Kinski had it covered, I think. But he's definitely going for goal. Oh, yeah. I think Kinski's got it covered. But it's ambitious and I rate it. It's unlucky. He's definitely up for it, Enzo Fernandez. Tell on the ball now. Thank you to London Bridge, saying keep up the great work. Thank you. And also to Stephen. Hey, wait, no, Stephen, no. You know why I'm saying no. But thank you. Matthew, a Leeds fan in M&S, don't believe it. The thing was his missus was confused. I could tell his missus was a bit like, who the hell's that? Understandably. But I didn't know which channel. I didn't know if he'd watched this channel or Hammer's chat. We didn't really speak. It was just a quick passing of trolleys. Hey, Tony, leave the man alone. All right, leave the man alone. I like a little bit of Billy. I've paid to see worse people than that. Red light spells danger. Can't hold on much longer. Wait, they've given the ball away. Come on, Chelsea. Chelsea. Palhinha giving away the foul and he doesn't look happy about it. These Spurs players are going to get a bit rattled soon, I think. I think some of them already are. We just need to turn the screw a little bit. Just wind them up. Spurs have had one shot in the game. Admittedly, they hit the post from it. Come on, Chelsea, please. Do it for Zola. Do it for Wayne Bridge. I was watching Jamie Vardy documentary earlier on Netflix. I've nearly finished it, but it had the Battle of the Bridge come on. I was thinking, could do with like a John Terry tonight, couldn't we? He'd make sure they got beat. Yes, go on, son. Atto, he's done really well. His pass wasn't great. He's played well recently. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good signing. Here comes Pardo. Fuck off. No, Wani, no. Oh, luckily he's shy. He is so shy. I know. It could come back to haunt me, right? But he's terrible, isn't he? He's been absolutely rank for Spurs. Simmons saying, do it for Dan Potescu. Remember when Romania, all the players dyed their hair? Fucking hell, imagine trying to do a watch along for that. If every player just had the same haircut and hairstyle. As Wiki said, I thought that Brad. So I need to see what Brad said. Are Chelsea singing Come On? I don't know. I've got a mute, mate. I haven't got a clue. I hope they're singing Bubbles loud and proud. Andrew just said the same thing. It'd be funny if Chelsea start singing Bubbles. They probably will. Like, everyone knows the words, don't they? Everyone knows the words. Anyway, just over 10 minutes till half time. Still Chelsea 1, Spurs 0. And over at the Vitality Stadium, it's still Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 0. Pep's made 3 changes though. Cherki, Foden and Savinho coming on for City. They've got half an hour. At the moment, as it stands, Arsenal will win the Premier League title tonight. And the relegation battle will go to the final day of the season as it stands. But a long way to go. Still half an hour at Bournemouth and still an hour at Stamford Bridge. Richarlison just having a bit of a nibble there, Andre Santos. Brian saying, be funnier, just start singing Get Out of My Dream, Get My Car. He does make me chuckle often, does Brian, as he's still got his fake Cole Palmer profile picture. Brilliant. Enzo battling away with Mwani. They've had one shot after 35 minutes. Do you know something, right? Listen, let's just put bias to one side. I promise you I'm putting bias to a side here. If West Ham were in Spurs' position and this was West Ham, I'd be fuming right now. I'd be saying, what the fuck are we doing? We need a point. And we've had one shot in 35 minutes. We're playing a team bang out of form. We don't look up for it here. What's going on? I'd be livid right now if I was a Spurs fan. I've seen a lot of Spurs fans. There's been a lot of decent Spurs fans in the last few days, to be honest with you, that I've seen commenting on one of my 2 channels. And they've been saying, it's not done yet. Like, we don't trust our own team, etc., etc. They've genuinely been worried, despite Newcastle beating us. Chelsea just getting caught playing out from the back there. Giving it back, his towel. And he's scooped it well over the bar. Well, that's their second effort of the evening. There's a goal kick. James saying it's a chance if you believe, having watched with the pressure on and Leeds with the pressure off, that we're going to win. I'm not sure what evidence there is for that. I don't either. Sai saying Leeds players on a piss tonight at their end of season awards. 6-7 players out with injury. What you saying, pal? I'm not getting my hopes up. Honestly, I'm refusing to do it. I am. If my hopes was represented by a balloon, right? And at the minute, because Chelsea are winning, a little puff. Leeds fans come along. We've got 6-7 players out. Everyone's on the lash. Balloon's getting bigger. I am on purpose. I'm taking a pin. I'm bursting it. I'm refusing to allow hope. Refusing. Hope kills you. So if I don't have any, I'm invincible. Yeah. James saying, I hate being hopeful because I always end up disappointed. Me too, and I was hopeful on my wedding day. And that noise is the divorce papers coming in through the door. Spurs just playing around between themselves on the halfway line at the minute. There's a lot of lack of creativity here. James Maddison's going to have to get his hairband on and get on the pitch soon, I think. Why has Towell got his leg out? It's really annoying me. Like, I understand if it got raised by accident, but it's been like that for quite some time now. It's now something he's doing on purpose, running around with his left eye out. He's going to be doing an Hincapi in a minute. I thought the cameraman was a bit risky with the Hincapi incident last night. For anyone that didn't see it, Hincapi started sliding on the floor on his front, and whichever Burnley player it was, I can't recall, it might have been Kyle Walker, stood on his shorts and ended up, his entire arse come out, but like his shorts slid down and he sort of like rolled over and pulled them up a little bit. But the cameraman was right on him. Like, had he not pulled his shorts up quick enough, we would have seen Hincapie's penile on Sky Sports last night. Then he showed us a replay of him with his buttocks out. Sexualising men, that. I could almost guarantee you, if it was women's football and a woman slid and her arse came out, they would not show a replay of her sliding with her arse out. They wouldn't do it. They would not do it. Sexualising Hincapie last night. In 2026 as well. Shameful. Absolutely disgusting. Women want equality. Women want equality in sport. All I'm saying is, Hincapie got his arse out and Sky Sports showed us a replay. Therefore, if it happens in the women's game, I expect an instant replay of butt cheeks. It's got to be fair. They want equality. We've got to have equality. Anyway, no one's had their shorts pulled down tonight, but we have been watching an absolute arse up front in Liam Delap, haven't we? He's been terrible. Gallagher and Cucurella having a row. Go on, pull his hair, get sent off, do something stupid, Gallagher. In fairness, what's Gallagher doing? It's very unnecessary. He's losing his head here, Gallagher. That's the second or third time now he's been involved in something. Don't get me wrong, Cucurella is a bell end, right? He is an absolute bell end. However, like, what's Gallagher doing? He's losing his head here. This is good. This is enjoyable. Someone just needs to prod him. Just prod him under the ribs. Just don't pull his hair. That's a red card. Just finger him. Someone needs to finger Gallagher under the ribs. Here's Delap on the ball. Can he do something? He's done well here. He's skinned Van de Ven and gone down. That's got to be a booking. That's got to be a booking. And the yellow card is out. They're not happy. They're not enjoying this at all. I am. There's still a long way to go. I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to maintain my feelings, but it's not maintain, contain. However, anyway. Westwood saying, he said for a couple of weeks he's going to go to the last game and we will win a highly emotional game, not unlike our last game at Upton Park, and we'll be bye-bye hot spunk. Westwood. Hot spunk. Funny enough, that was my nickname. That's what Mrs. Gio calls me. It's either that or a quick spunk. Anyway, Buck saying Spurs are shit. We would have been relegated weeks ago if not for them. And they're the gift that keeps on giving. In comes and Kinski gets his hands on that. Andre Santos tried to just nudge him into the goal. I'm up for a bit of that. I'm up for a bit of winding him up. Jemski, I'm a Stokey 2 duck. You're not the only hammer in this United Liverpool infested city. Where do you live, if you don't mind me asking? I live not far from the Swinnerton Arms. 5 minutes walk from my front door to the Swinnerton. David saying he's not saying that Leeds fans don't care when Connor's watch along. He's just asked them to name his plant. I'm going to turn up next week with something. Anyway, what we got? Less than a minute to go, plus stoppage time, which there shouldn't be too many. There's not been much stoppages. There's been a few stoppages for free kicks and stuff, but in terms of like VAR or injuries or anything like that, there hasn't been any. Just been whinging from Spurs players, that's all. Bruised egos. Chelsea. Gallagher's got to get booked. You've got to book him, man. That's the third time now. Fofana's trying to get him booked. He's going to end up getting booked. But Richarlison's getting wound up. Fofana, he's not wrong though, Fofana. That's like the third time now he's having to have a word with Conor Gallagher. You've got to book him now. The only reason he's not getting booked is because he's had to book Van der Ven and Pardo, so he's not booking Gallagher. He's got to get booking. Come on, ref. Get him in the book. He's bottling it. The referee's bottling this. Spurs are rattled, and I like it. What's the odds of a Gallagher card? Probably even money at best, isn't it? Market suspended. Yeah, evens. I mean, it feels like free money, but I'm not doing it at evens. Let me check Paddy. Just in case they're being generous. Probably not. 9-4, a bit bigger, but I'm not sure. Oh, Parma having an effort just wide. Spurs just aren't very good, are they? They're just not very good. Uh, 10 seconds of stoppage time. So Fofana's just gone through the back of it, Richarlison. The referee probably needs to book him as well, but he can't because he's just let Gallagher off, so he's got to let Fofana off as well. Half time. 1-0. I'm going to switch back. I'm just going to leave the clock. I'm going to leave the scoreboard on Chelsea, but I'm going to switch over to the Bournemouth game and catch the end of that. See if something juicy happens. Still 1-0. 74 minutes gone. This would be massive. This would give Arsenal the title. City have got to score twice. Otherwise, Arsenal are Premier League champions tonight. Listen, thank you very much for joining me. 1,000 of you watching live, which is incredible. Thank you so much. Please, if you are new to Tartan Geo, please do subscribe. I would appreciate it a lot. And if you don't mind dropping a like on the video by clicking thumbs up button too, that would be very kind of you, very helpful of you, and I would appreciate it quite a lot. Hit 10,000 subscribers last week. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Whoop whoop whoop. Had 200 since then as well. 200 people since last week. Not bad, considering I only upload like twice a week, lazy bastard. But I've enjoyed adding watch-alongs to the channel. I wish I'd done it at the start of the season. I would have had a lot more subscribers by now. I've had to get used to doing watch-alongs in general before doing non-West Ham ones. Anyway, substitution here for Bournemouth, Cliver. I keep forgetting he exists, to be honest with you. He's coming on for Crippy Jr. Mikey, what's the plans for the summer World Cup stuff? Yep. I'll tell you what I'm planning, Mikey. Don't hold me to it. My intention. Adding it's still 1-0 Bournemouth. He's listening while playing Forza. It's 1-0 Bournemouth. My intention, Mikey, is to do a video every single day during the World Cup. So, if in the morning, do a video about the games the night before and the games coming up that day. That's my intention. Almost like a World Cup daily roundup. Unsure if I'll do them pre-recorded or just go live. I quite like the idea of going live the same time every morning during the World Cup, maybe like 8:30 or 9 a.m. or something, go live every morning for 15-20 minutes, discussing the action the night before and then previewing what's coming up that night, because I'm intending on watching every game bar, obviously, the last group stage games when teams play at the same time. There's 2 games at once. I'm planning on watching them all. Which you can imagine has not gone down well in the house. But I've got some brownie points, chat, because on Thursday night, we're going to the theatre just in Stoke to watch Greece. Well, it's quite crap brownie points. I'll tell you what happened. I seen it was on at the theatre for a week, and I thought, oh, it's like after the season's finished, so not booked the Wednesday night, Conference League final. Avoid that one. So I thought that might be good. Take Mrs. Gio out. So I booked it as a surprise. Arranged with the mother-in-law that she would look after Grace. Booked the tickets. Announced to Mrs. Gio what I had just done, expecting her. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. And the response I got was, I didn't know you liked Greece. I was like, well, I do not. I've just assumed you do, because what woman does not enjoy Greece? And I don't dislike it, so I thought we could go have an evening. And she went, I'm not that bothered for it. And then they moan. And they moan that we don't make effort. So now we're going to Greece on Thursday, and neither of us are arsed about going to watch Greece. Brilliant. That'd be good. I like the theatre. Listen, I just want to say a massive thank you to Matt again. Please stop, Matt. You've already been generous enough, saying, I wish you the best and I believe it best for West Ham to go down and reset. What's your thoughts? Yeah, it might. It does feel like if we stay up, it will just be prolonging the inevitable for a further year. And I think next season could be worse than this season as well. So I don't disagree with you. Let's see. I am not dressing up for the theatre, no. My better half is from Stoke equaliser, hence why I'm chained to Stoke now. City are pressing for an equaliser here, as you'd expect, but they need a winner. An equaliser is just half the job. Danny, I will probably do some Scotland watch-alongs, but the kickoff times are not very helpful. And also, I don't feel like I've got a large Scottish fan base, like subscribers. I don't feel like I've got many Scottish ones. I've got some, but I don't think there's loads, which is my fault because I focus on English football. So I might do them, but I think I might just be speaking to about 2 people. And also, we're going to get beaten. Everyone will just take the piss out of me, which is similar to what happens when I do West Ham ones, I suppose. So I'm used to it. Jemski's round the corner from Port Vale, so not as close to town as you. I'm not 100% sure the areas. Is that Burslem, Tunstall? I'm trying to think. I know the route. If I was to drive from Hanley to, I know what way I'm going. I don't know. For anyone's watching a bad impression of Stoke here, is it Tunstall? I know where I'm going though. I think I know. I've never been to Port Vale. And for anyone asking about Southampton, we discussed that at the start of the video. That's why I've not spoke about it since, because we went in depth for about 15-20 minutes. So that's why I've not. But I have seen the news, and I think it's harsh on Hull City. I think Hull City have been at a disadvantage because since the semi-finals, both Middlesbrough and Southampton have been preparing to play Hull City, whereas Hull City have had to prepare for the playoff final not knowing who they're playing until tonight. And I think that places them at a massive disadvantage. And I'm uncomfortable with that. I feel like Hull City are almost getting punished for Southampton cheating against Middlesbrough and Middlesbrough getting beat in the playoff semi-final. I personally, it would have been quite harsh, and I would have just promoted Hull City and not played the playoff final. But it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. I just think Hull have maybe been mugged off a little bit here. James ain't got to do Brazil, Scotland at 2 a.m. The thing is, I'll be watching it, right? I'll be watching the game. Anyway, 82 minutes gone. Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 0. Arsenal fans must be absolutely buzzing right now. They must be absolutely buzzing. 10 minutes away from winning the Premier League title. Sylvain is asking about the Chelsea game. Spurs are poor. I wouldn't say Chelsea are in control, but Spurs have been poor. But they're also rattled. They are rattled. They've had a couple of players on the booking, Van de Ven and Pardo, but Gallagher has been fortunate not to be booked. Richarlison looks a little bit wound up as well. So I am praying Chelsea can go on and win the game. If anyone's got the Chelsea game on, let me know when the second half's going to kick off, please. I can switch back over. I think there was over 15 minutes left when I put this back on, so I won't quite get to the full-time whistle. As Hyan is going off for Bournemouth, and David Brooks is coming back on. I still smile seeing Brooks playing football with what he's been through with his health. And I know he's been back for a while now, but I still get that, when I see him, I still get that, happiness for him. That he's recovered. City with the free kick. Foden whips it in. It comes off Rodri by the looks of it, and it's a goal kick to Bournemouth. 84 minutes on the clock now. This would be 17 games unbeaten for Bournemouth. Unbelievable. And they can get Champions League football. Last game of the season. They face Nottingham Forest. They go away to Nottingham Forest. I fancy them. Knowing that if they win, and Brentford, who are playing Liverpool, can do them a favour, they can get Champions League football. And it would also see Liverpool miss out on Champions League football as well. They need to win against Nottingham Forest, though. They are currently in the live table. They're a point behind Liverpool, but Liverpool have a significantly better goal difference, so they need to win against Forest. Luke is a Forest fan, and he's saying that Bournemouth always beat them. I think they'd beat you as well. I know you're talking about past tense and head-to-head and stuff, but I think your game against Man U was two teams that had little to play for, in my opinion. It was a fun game of football. There's been a long season for Nottingham Forest with the relegation battle, the Europa League run, changing of managers. It's been a tiring season at Nottingham Forest. You'd maybe fancy it more if it was at Bournemouth, with it being at the City Ground. There's a bit of pressure to turn up on your last home game of the season, I think. A bit of an expectation. But I'm not sure how harsh they would be, Nottingham Forest, whereas Bournemouth will be right up for it. There's a Chelsea game coming back on. It's just come up saying Chelsea 1, Spurs 0, now Sky Sports. Is it time to switch back over? To be fair, I should know. Oh, it's coming up to 15:15, I suppose. I'll give it another minute. Oh, it's back now. Oh, I better switch back over. Better switch over. Here we go. Big 45 minutes coming up. I've switched over and it's showing me the highlights from the bloody Bournemouth game. Confused me there for a minute. Know what's going on here. Right. Big half of football coming up. Big 5-10 minutes at Bournemouth for their hopes of Champions League football. Arsenal winning the title. And a big half of football coming up at Stamford Bridge for Chelsea getting European football. For Brentford missing out on European football. Or at least going in Chelsea's hands going into the final day. But also more importantly for myself, which is the relegation battle going to the final day of the season. Teams coming back out the tunnel. Oh, yeah, squeeze another ad break in. Of course you do. The problem is, let me get ready. They always just spring it on you, don't you? They just go, bang, second half's kicked off. There you go. We just had to get one more Bet365 ad in. Oh, Chelsea, come on. Come on. Come on, Chelsea. Chelsea! 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 Chelsea. Second half bookings for Gallagher, Danso and Delap coming in, calling it now. And Delap, no, it's not Delap, that's Cole Palmer. The man who does not like cinemas because the TV is too big will take the kickoff for Chelsea. Catherine, mathematically Everton can qualify for European football, but they need like a lot to go in their favour in terms of results, plus a significant goal difference swing as well. So mathematically, yes. Is it possible? No. Anyway, the second half is underway at Stamford Bridge. I hate this. I've got a bit of nerves kicking back in, and I've not felt any nerves at all. Even 1-0 Chelsea in the first half, I was fine. But now the second half kicked off, I've just got a little bit of a tingle in my belly. Do you know what I mean? Anyone else the same? Any other West Ham fan the same? I still expect us to go down, just to be clear, but just gives us a bit of a chance, doesn't it? Come on. Good play. Go on. Cucurella on the left. Enzo, bit overhit, and corner kick to Chelsea. Come on. Cat's been feeling sick all day. As Wiki says, not a tingle, more like a full earthquake. Asha saying is the hope building back up, or boiling back up even. Don't say that. Dean saying Spurs are not going to score. Maddison will come on soon. I'm assuming Maddison's on the bench. I haven't actually checked the benches tonight. What with the kickoffs, the games overlapping and stuff. Still, Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 0. Yeah, Maddison's on the bench. So Spurs bench is Bergval, Basuma, Dragusin, Gray, Maddison, Sarr, Sousa, Spence. I mean, it's a decent bench. No striker on the bench, but still a strong bench. There's a lot of changes that he could make there. Maddison being the main one. Shooter is saying Bournemouth have just hit the post. can only be a few minutes left on the clock at the Vitality Stadium. Even if Man City draw, it still gives Arsenal the title, but it's more Bournemouth needing to win for their own Champions League hopes at this rate. A bit sloppy play there by Chelsea, and Spurs have got a throw in right in the corner flag on their left-hand side. Janner saying, insufferable Arsenal supporters incoming. They won't come on to this channel. They won't be arsed about me. But I don't blame them, right? If West Ham won the title, I'd be very insufferable. I don't want to be like the fun police. Oh, it's kicking off a City. It makes me want to switch over. I like a little scrap. Palmer's sorting his sock out. Do you know what? This is, Chris, I was thinking about this last night after Arsenal won against Burnley. Chris is saying, I'm glad Arsenal didn't win at our place, but what do you think it would annoy them? I know they're going to be pleased they've won, but do you think it takes it away a little bit that they win it during a Bournemouth Man City game and not during their own game? Because I think it must remove, like, you must miss part of that emotion. That full-time whistle blowing in your own game, you've won the title and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like it must be not underwhelming. It's still, you're still going to be buzzing. You won the title. But do you get my point? I think it's a bad point. I'm badly making it here. But do you know what I mean? I think I'd rather win it in a game that my team's involved in compared to watching another team hand it to you. I think it's just, you don't have that. You might be in the pub or something. If Arsenal fans are in the pub, I think they'll have their, oh my God, Richarlison's just had a free header 7 yards out and he's put it 7 yards wide. And there's been a goal at Man City. Erling Haaland's just scored to make it Bournemouth 1, Man City 1, which is going to make things interesting. It feels like not enough time left for City to go get a winner. However, might be a blow for Bournemouth with their Champions League ambitions. Taking a minute here, Chelsea. Spurs unhappy, but they've taken it now. And then Wani to Richarlison, well blocked by Hato and goes back. Good goal. I'm just watching Haaland goal. Good finish, that one. How long left in the Man City game? For anyone still watching the Man City game, how long left? Can't be long at all, surely. And it's full time. According to David, it's full time. But no, it's not. Everyone else is saying there's a minute left. David, what are you saying over at Bournemouth for? Unless everyone's behind. I know it has come up on my phone. You're right. You're right, David. Fair play to you. It's finished. Bournemouth 1, Man City 1. Arsenal have won the Premier League title. Arsenal are champions. I'm often not really harsh, but there's something about him. I'm a bit like... But anyway, Arsenal won the title. The title race is over. That will not be going to the wire. However, the relegation battle could be. Pep is not happy anyway. Sanchez taking a minute. Chelsea are certainly slowing the game down in this half. It's only been 8 minutes, but they're taking their time with every set piece here. Sanchez goes long toward the lap. He's got his head on it, but it's a throw in to Spurs. Oh, come on, Chelsea. Come on. Ugh. How's everyone feeling about this game? Is anyone confident Chelsea will win, or are people expecting Spurs to get back into it? I'm still not confident. Spurs haven't been very good, but I'm still not confident Chelsea see this out. Last week he said he's nervous. Blakey needs that second Chelsea goal. James saying can't trust Chelsea. Ryan's nervous. Richard saying, on the bright side, Spurs must be having a bad day with Arsenal winning the title. Could you imagine they get beat tonight? So Arsenal win the title and Spurs get beat tonight. I mean, that would be a bad day to be a Spurs fan, wouldn't it? Bloody hell. Owl is confident Chelsea win. Stephen saying, look like Chelsea had a second in them ahead of half-time and we need a second. Jace is nervous for us and thinks Chelsea need another. David thinks Chelsea's going to get tired soon. Ionix is confident. I love it. I absolutely love Ionix. Neto. Oh, it's blocked. I don't think Chelsea's got a great bench tonight. Anyway, Paul saying Chelsea look more likely to score, so definitely. You get my hopes up in the chat, I'm not going to lie. Get my hopes up. Action Palmer with the throw in. Looks for Delap, who's done well there. Palmer couldn't quite find Neto. I have to say, Delap's done all right the last 20 minutes, 10 minutes either side of the half-time whistle. Some nice hold-up play by him. Where's their striker, by the way, Mark Guy? Where's he? Is he injured or is he out on loan? I genuinely do not know where he's gone. I know a lot of people quite liked him. The football geeks like him. He went to Sunderland and they recalled him before the end of the transfer window, which was just a bit wild. And I've seen him briefly for Chelsea this season, but I don't know where he's gone. What's happened to him? He's just disappeared. It's like they've got me as a wizard in charge, Merlin Mackey. Poof. Gone. Spurs have got a corner. Come on, Chelsea, just... Corner coming in from Porto. Charlison. And Sanchez gets his hands on it. I don't know if I can do another 35 minutes of this. No one's told me where Mark Gue is. Where's he gone? I'm going to have to look him up. I'm assuming he's just injured, right? Is his first name Mark? I'm now questioning him if his name's Mark. What's his name? Okay, I'm going to have a gander now. It's annoying me. Sorry, everyone. I just get annoyed when stuff like this. Here's Mark. It just says not in the squad. I assume he's injured then. He's not been in the squad the last 4 games. Played 8 games this season for Chelsea. No goals, 1 assist. Oh, sorry, he got a goal in the FA Cup. And the Champions League. I assume he's just injured then. By the way, this is completely random. And I mentioned it in the review video on Monday about, I can't remember what, another Conor Gallagher foul. He's going to throw his hairband at the referee if he gets wound up any further. But what we don't need to see, one thing I dislike that's crept in recently, and I really dislike it, is interviewing people before the game's finished. Like, there's nobody wants to see it. There's no requirement for it. Nobody wants to see it. Like during the West Ham Newcastle game, it was genuinely cutting to Kieran Trippier doing an interview at the side of the pitch whilst the game was going on. They interviewed, I think it was a Spurs player. They interviewed him a couple of weeks ago at half time. They were interviewing him at half time. It's half time. He needs to get in the changing room with his teammates. Stop these things. These things do not need to happen. The free kick didn't come to anything. Someone committed a foul. James saying it's tin pot. Miles reckons Gallagher needs booking. Agree. Luca reckons we need 2 more Chelsea goals. Garnacho would come on, wind them up and get some % off. Yeah. Chad saying Okafor got interviewed at Leeds middle of second half. Just why? Like, nobody wants it. Not one person wants to see it. The viewers at home, the players being interviewed, no one. I bet as the employee of Sky Sports doing the interview, you must feel very, like, awkward. I think I'd feel really awkward approaching someone. Granted, it'd probably be the media manager of that club saying you've got to come do an interview. But, like, I don't know, I think I'd feel awkward doing it. Just stop it. Anyway, Delap and Danso battling away. Referee plays advantage as Danso adjusts his boot. Less than half an hour to go. Oh, please. Scott had a very... That's a difficult situation to navigate. Scott saying, hi, my father-in-law ran for tea. He's a big Spurs fan. He's obviously a West Ham fan. And football was the elephant in the room that nobody mentioned. Advisable not to mention it, really. No good can come of that conversation. What could you... Unless he says... Oh, I think West Ham will stay up, and you say, I think Spurs will stay up, but then you might make each other happy. I think we've got away with one here. I think Chelsea have got away with one here. Let's watch the replay. Fofana's It is a foul. I don't think it's a yellow card. Fofana was just trying to see it out, and he had Udogie from one side and Richarlison from the other closing him down. And Udogie has fouled him. I think a yellow card's a bit harsh, but it's quite stupid from Udogie, actually, because I think because of Richarlison coming in, it felt like, I am biased, so I'm assuming the worst and feeling the worst. It felt like they were going to nick it off him there. So I was quite relieved that he's conceded the free kick and picked up a yellow card in process too. Another booking for Spurs. That's 3 of their back 4 now on a booking. The one player that I said would get booked is the one that is not booked. Gallagher gives it to Richarlison, but Fofana read that well. Bentancur gets stuck in, but Enzo overhit throw in to Spurs. Come on, Chelsea. Just need them to crank it up a little bit. James is saying he thought Maddison looked good off the bench last week. I agree. I thought Maddison made a big difference off the bench against Leeds. I feel we need a second before he's on the pitch. I do think Spurs are getting a little bit hacky, though, aren't they? They were in the first half. They were getting a little bit fouly, a bit kicky. Deborah can see Spurs scoring. Yeah, I think we all can. It's just Chelsea getting... Dean can't, but we need to get Chelsea scoring. Reece James coming on would be nice, I think. As Delap throws Dancer to the floor, and Spurs are on the break here with Moani. He cuts it back. It's not a great ball in. Achimpong clears. Spurs just getting a little bit of momentum in the game here. Leonard, there's been no Chelsea cards yet. Although Fofana has looked closest to receiving one. Good play by Van der Ven there, giving it to Porto. Spurs just starting to just turn up the heat a little bit. Oh, Chelsea, please don't do this. Please win. "65 minutes on the clock." How's the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge? For anyone that has, I appreciate it if you're listening to me and the game, you're listening to both. But for anyone that does have the noise of the ground on as well, what's the atmosphere like? Are Chelsea fans with them? Are they interested, or are they not too arsed? 3 subs coming for Spurs. Maddison, Spence and Sarr all ready to come on. It's not bad subs to bring on, is it? You'd imagine they're coming on for Udogie. I'm not sure who else, really. Bentancur and Polina, would he go at that attacking? He probably would, actually. Put Gallagher in midfield with Sarr. Oh, that's a loose ball. Palmer's picked it up. Come on, Chelsea. 4-on-3 here in Spurs' favour. Neto, he swings it in. Fernandes to Santos. Yes! Yes! It's 2-0. It's 2-0 Chelsea. I'm reluctant to celebrate too much in case there's like VAR, some shit get involved. I just want to make sure that when the cross went in, no one was offside. But it looked okay. But it's 2-0 Chelsea. Van der Ven is in tears. Moani gives it away to Cole Palmer in the middle of the pitch. Gives it to Neto. Cross goes out. They're well onside. Enzo Fernandez just knocks it down nicely to Santos, who just finishes it well. Comfortably. Edge of the 6-yard box, just puts it in the far corner, out the reach of Kinski. Chelsea are 2-0 up. Van der Ven looks like he's going to have a heart attack. And there's 25 minutes to go. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, please. Please. We've got some... We need this game to finish, but assuming this game finishes as Chelsea winning. Oh, could you imagine? Just could you imagine? We have the opportunity to do the funniest thing in the world on Sunday. Ah, fuck. Oh, fucking hell. I'm nervous. I'm really, really nervous. Anyway, Spurs did do the subs. I don't know who went off. I wasn't really paying attention. I don't see Udogie anymore. Udogie's gone off. Polinia's gone off. Someone else has gone off. I don't know. It'll become clear in a minute. Let me look it up for you so I can give you the accurate information. Has Tal gone off? Moani, Polinia and Udogie went off for Madison, Sarr and Spence. Chelsea on the attack again. Neto, come on. Come on. We want 3. We can get them on goal difference. Let's go. I want 6, 7, 8, 9. I want 10. I've always loved Chelsea, me. Chelsea! 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 Oh, fuck. Fuck. If we somehow stay up, right, I still don't think we will, right, I still don't think we will. But if we somehow stayed up, I'm going to begin a GoFundMe for a statue of David Moyes outside the London Stadium. He would have saved us from relegation on 3 occasions and won us a European trophy. Not a big one or an expensive one, just something adequate, you know? A token of appreciation. Gallagher! Oh, Sanchez saves it. Oh, he's going to have to adjust his headband. He's not going to be happy with that. Thank you to Colin. He's saying, big Leeds fans here. We should stick the reserves. Don't worry. There's a light. Can you actually imagine? I'm trying not to. But I can see people in the live chat are starting to imagine. I think I would just do a 24-hour... If it happened, I think I'd just do a 24-hour live stream of just me laughing. I think I'd just sit here laughing for 24 hours straight. Oh, fucking hell. Van der Ven on the ball for Spurs. 20 minutes to go. I don't want to jinx it, but I still do not trust Chelsea. Tail on the ball now. Porto cuts it back. Richarlison, oh, fuck off. No, fuck off. I can't do this shit. I hate this shit. I fucking hate football. 20 minutes to go. No, fuck. Yeah, he's well onside. Fuck's sake. I'm a bit lucky. Sarr's just trying to score that back heel. He's not trying to pass to Richarlison. He's just trying to back heel it towards the goal. And it falls to Richarlison. Bang, 2-1. Chelsea doing a sub. Chalobah coming on for action point. Put Reece James on, for fuck's sake. I think he's got a funny shaped head. I don't know if anyone agrees, but I feel like Chalobah's got a funny shaped head. But since he cut his hair off, when he had his hair, he didn't look weird. But since he's gone bald, it does, I don't know, it just feels a bit of a strange shape. $15 plus stoppage to go. Chelsea 2, Spurs 1. This is going to be a long 20 minutes. Westwood saying, I would have taken 2-1 with 20 minutes to go. I've got faith. I'm going to refrain from expressing too much opinions because there's some positivity in the live chat and I quite like it. Lewis still thinks Chelsea win. That's good. We'll take that, Lewis. Good tackle. Good tackle there. Go on. Go on. You got a chance here. Palmer. No. Neto's got it now. Another one of those crosses would be nice. Sign, it's not 3-1 with me. It's still 2-1, but I am behind because I'm on Sky Go. What the hell? Richarlison's just barged into Caicedo, then went down as if he's been fouled. He's at it. He's absolutely at it, Richarlison. He's given a free kick to Chelsea. Maddison's having a word with him, just telling him to behave himself. To be fair, Caicedo does kick him. Richarlison just sort of shoulder barges him off the ball, and Caicedo on his way down makes sure he gives Richarlison a kick, and Richarlison certainly makes the most of it. He's wound up. He's got his goal. He's wound up. He's permanently wound up, isn't he, Richarlison? I am a Richarlison fanboy, though. I know he's not the most spectacular player in the world, but I quite like him. Darren saying as a neutral, the relegation battle has been way more interesting than the title race this year. Ironix is trying to reassure me, saying Spurs ain't winning this. The problem is they don't need to. That's my worry. I agree. I don't think they'll win, but they don't need to win. 12 plus stoppage to go. Fucking hell. Kukurea fouled on this occasion by Tal. Like listen, we've got one or two. There's two from here on in now. There's two scenarios. Scenario number 1, Chelsea win, goes to the last game. We'll have that. Scenario 2, Spurs get a late equaliser, and that's it. It's one of the two. We've got a bit of excitement and a bit of hope, or we've got, I wouldn't call it heartbreak, but it is a little bit of heartbreak after the team you need to lose goes 2-0 down, and if they score an equaliser in the last 10-15 minutes, it will hurt. Ionix saying they ain't drawing either. I like Ionix's positivity. I need you sometimes, Ionix. I just don't trust Chelsea. I just do not trust them at all. Spence whips in the cross. Palmer knocks it further away. The thing is, Spurs at some point, I don't know what, the 85th minute or something, is they're just going to have to throw the sink at it. If they get beat 2-1 or 3-1, it makes no difference, does it? It makes absolutely no difference to them at all. Goal difference isn't something they need to worry about. Anyway, saying that, Delap's got it here in the corner. He's holding it up. That's all he can really do. But he has found Enzo Fernandez, who gets brought down by Sarr. Free kick to Chelsea outside the box. Come on, Cole Palmer. You hate the cinema, but you love bending it into the top corner. Come on. It's been a while since we've seen a Cole Palmer free kick. We need to see one. I feel like it's too close to the box. It's difficult to get it up and down, but he's quite creative, isn't he, Mr. Ice Cold? This may be a nice angle for him. Well, I'm going to ignore the live chat so I don't get any spoilers in case there's a goal, because I'm aware I'm behind. Come on, Cole. Come on. Aye. Come on. Another sub for Chelsea. Oh, why is Reece James not coming on? This is annoying me, this is. Anyway, Fofana going off. Who's this coming on? Oh, Sarr. Sarr's coming on. Right. Come on, Palmer. Enzo's there as well, but you'd imagine Palmer's going to fancy this one. Saying that, if I was the right footer, I'd fancy trying to wrap my... If I was the right footer, I'd be saying I can whip this round the wall, the side of the wall here. It's definitely... The wall's definitely in position for a right footer, in my opinion. Go around the side of it. Big space. Angles can be deceiving, though. It is Palmer. Ah, it's into the wall. Should have been Enzo. Eight plus stoppage to go. Aye. I don't like this. I don't like it. The thing is, if Chelsea win this, I'm going to be a fucking mess on Sunday. Like, come on. Come on, Chelsea. Hammer 89 sold his ticket for the Leeds game. I understand that, to be fair. I understand it. Brad's going Sunday. Chambers saying it's blazing hot. I've seen it's supposed to be hot next week, isn't it? Lewis is going Sunday. Wants it to be a meaningful game. Maddison into it. Charlison. Maddison! Oh, fucking hell. What a block by Hatto that was. And that's the rustiness for Maddison. That's the rustiness. Just felt like it took an extra second there. Oh. That is outstanding defending. Chow to take the corner kick. Referee's just delaying for a minute here. There's a lot of pushing going on in the area. Just don't give away a penalty. Just no one do anything flipping stupid. Just behave yourselves. Don't do anything stupid. Oh, for fuck's sake. Someone's getting booked. They want a pen, but the referee's going to say no, the ball wasn't in play. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going in there. It feels like it might be in play here. This might be a pen, this. I feel like the ball was in play. Oh no, if this is a pen, I'm going to cry. Oh no. I think he'll be brave to give this as a pen. The referee signalled straight away for a corner. I think he's quite adamant in his decision as well. He's explaining to both why he's not going to give a pen, I think. I'd be surprised if it's a penalty, but... No pen. Bloody hell. They just need to behave themselves in that box, though. Every Chelsea player needs to behave themselves. It's not just them, it's the Spurs players. They're all at it. Everyone's at it. Richarlison, Cucurella, Danso, Hatto. They're all at it. They're all at it. It is an absolute mess. And it comes... Well, yeah, Sanchez just gets on it. Just got there eventually. The thing is, this is what... The Premier League have sort of created this a little bit with... Oh, for fuck's sake, Delap. He's just elbowed someone in the face. He's going to get a booking for that, yeah. He's just absolutely collided with him. Ball's bounced. It's a really awkward one. He doesn't need to go for it. Let Spence do it. Let Spence deal with it. Because what's he going to do? It's a difficult one. Delap just runs straight into him. He doesn't need to do that. That's just stupid from Delap. He's got a booking for it as well, but there's just no need to do it. It's bounced really awkwardly just outside the outside the Spurs box. Spence's favourite to get there. Just let him. He's going to have to head it. And because he's under it, it's going to be very difficult for him to get distance on it. Stupid. Frustrating. Anyway, 2.5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Hopefully they can hang on. We're in that situation I was telling you about. We're still in that scenario. It's just getting more and more tens. Chelsea are making their final 3 subs here. It's just getting more and more tens. Either Chelsea win or Spurs have a late equaliser. I don't know who the number 62 is. So Delap's going off. Palmer's going off. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Frankie, it's better than I thought it would be, but not good. My heart rate's going through the roof watching them try and defend corners. How's yours? How's everyone feeling? We're going to find out the stoppage time in a minute. Neto's going off. So Neto, Palmer, and Delap off for Isugo, Garnacho, and Mekua. Isugo's a defensive midfielder. I know that, and I know Garnacho's a winger, obviously. The other guy, I think, is a striker, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Mekua? Macau? I don't know. Anyway, Chelsea have got a throw in. Kukurea, a minute to go plus stoppage. I'd imagine it's going to be a chunky stoppage, 7 or 8 minutes maybe coming up. I think it's going to be a chunky number that's going to go up. He's been fouled. Come on, ref. Come on. Oh, it's getting scrappy. Gallagher's on the ball. Richarlison's gone down off the ball. Still Gallagher. Bentancur. Barely seen him today. Gallagher again. It's hit the referee, which is good. Slow it down. Oh, for fuck's sake. 7 minutes of stoppage time. It's probably fair with the stoppages we've had in the second half. The subs, the goals. Shalaba hooks it forward towards this kid. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Go on. He's tried to win it off Danso there, but it was a bit of a half-hearted effort, and Spurs have still got the ball. 6.5 minutes to go at least. Hopefully we can have a bit of a... I don't know, can we do a Spurs? Not a Spurs. Can we do a Celtic thing? Run on the pitch with 30 seconds to play and the referee will just blow for full time? Can we do that? Is that an option? But Richarlison's done well here. Fuck off. No. Gallagher. That's it. See it out. See it out. Well done. They've got it back. It's very scrappy out there. Caicedo, that's good play. That's good play. Here comes Enzo Fernandez bursting away. Go on, go get 3. Gives it to the kid. Sorry, lad, I don't know your name. Mahauka. How you pronounce this kid's name? Anyway, he slowed it right down. That's quite an experienced bit of play from the young lad. Just slowed it right down in the corner. And Spurs have just let him. That's it. Come on, keep the ball. Keep it, Chelsea. Chelsea are just playing it around at the minute, and Spurs look like they're lacking a bit of energy, actually. Maddison's running around, but there's not too many of them also. Garnacho, oh, don't do anything. You're dog shit, you are, mate. Just keep it away from Garnacho. Fucking hell, I don't trust him. Wingers are meant to provide creativity for your own team, not the other team. Enzo's on the ball. He's gone long, looking for Garnacho. He doesn't find him. Van de Ven now, he's away, gets snapped, didn't he? Yeah, gets a shove. The Sugo booked. 5 minutes to go. Oh, man, nah. I don't like this. Happiness or heartbreak. Tal out on this left side now. Gives it back to Maddison. It's not a great cross. It's headed away. Don't give up, for fuck's sake. Caicedo's now just giving away a foul. It's maybe a bit wide for James Maddison, but he's capable. We know Maddison's capable. Looked a little bit soft, but it's a free kick now. Maddison with a free kick. Oh, please don't fucking score. He's capable. I don't like this. It's too. I think it's too wide. I think it's too wide to the left of the post. Ah, he's fucked it. He's absolutely skied it. Oh, fucking hell. Relegation battles make me feel things I've never felt before. Football draws emotions out of you that only football can draw out of you. Play is resumed. There's 3 minutes to go at least, but 3 minutes of the 7 remaining. Come on. Come on, Chelsea. Nah, we can't. They're going to go for the long throw here, Spurs with Danso. 2.5 minutes to go. Fucking hell. Danso with the long throw. Get up! Shalabah gets his head on it. It's back to Danso. It's good play there, but it's bad play in the end. Oh, just can't get it off them. Bentancur crosses it. Tell knocks it down, and it's a crap header. Goal kick, Chelsea. Come on. Come on. Chelsea! 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 Alright, I'm just going to, for one last time, just try and milk the subscribers. Please do subscribe if you're new to Tartan Geo. I'm a Scotsman that chats nonsense on a webcam, but don't let that put you off. Let that be a reason you subscribe, not for a reason to avoid me. 1 minute, 45 seconds of the 7 to go. Kukurea has committed a foul. Spurs have got a free kick just inside. No, it's not. It's a throw-in. Don't let that put you off subscribing though. Van de Ven on the ball. 90 seconds of the 7 remaining. Do you know something? This is every man's defence. This. Do you know if you were to only last 7 minutes, for example, you need to find a woman that's into football and say, well, how long is 7 minutes stoppage time when you're hanging on? You really need a win. They go, yeah, it's a very long time. So exactly. I'm glad we agree. Thank you very much. Tell you something. If I lasted 7 minutes, but it was 7 minutes of this stoppage time thing, I'm a fucking stallion, me. I'm happy with that performance. Give myself a pat on the back, I will. Fucking go on, son. Hey, go on, son. Throw in, 30 seconds to go. Fucking come on, Chelsea. In the corner, time waste. You can get Conference League. Come on. They've got a free kick on the edge of the box. Spurs, 20 seconds to go. Oh, fuck off! Fuck off! Fucking hate football. I fucking love it, but I fucking hate it. Fuck off. Madison with your hairband. Fuck off. Porto, tell, shite! Oh, it's into Sanchez's hands. The 7's up. Come on. Blow your whistle. You prick. I don't know why I'm whistling. You can't hear me. Come on. I don't have a watch. It broke. But if I had a watch, come on. Yes! Yes! It's all over. It's all over. Oh! Fuck! Oh, fucking hell. I've just... At the start of the season, I did not have grey hair. It's getting greyer and greyer and greyer. Fucking hell. I think I've just lost a few days of my life expectancy tonight. Oh. Jemski, we're going to Swinnerton. We need a pint. We need a pint. Miles, thank you so much. Very kind of you. Can I just click on it? No, why is it? There you go. Miles, thank you. Very, very kind of you. Saying great work. Great job. Fucking hell, we've got a chance. It's a small one. Oh. Surely not. Surely not. West Ham and Everton. West Ham and Everton, I've got the potential to do the funniest thing in the world on Sunday afternoon. We're either going to get elation or heartbreak. There's no in between now. There's no in between. David Moyes, we now need you for the third time to save us from relegation. Fucking hell. Anyway, I'm not going to sleep tonight now. 10:10. I'm watching Legends on Netflix. I'm going to go watch that. Chris, thank you very much. Very kind. Chris is saying, believe in yourselves for one glorious day and write your great escape. Yeah, fucking the players. If you're a West Ham player watching that, you're bang up for it on Sunday night. You've got to be. You never know. You never know, do you? Games Retro saying, you haven't watched Legends. It is actually very good on Netflix. I'm going to go watch it. Fucking hell. Martin saying, we can do this, Gio. Moisey will save us again. Fuck. Imagine. Well, Chelsea, thank you. Tonight, it's been a big one for North London. Arsenal are crowned Premier League champions after Bournemouth hold Man City to a draw, edging closer to European football at the Vitality Stadium next season as well. And then Chelsea beating Spurs once again at Stamford Bridge, meaning the relegation battle goes to the wire. It goes to Sunday. Spurs just need a point to stay up. But should they get beat by Everton and West Ham beat Leeds United, Spurs will be relegated. They've still not won at home in 2026. Football. They always say, there's many myths in football, but one of the myths in football says, oh, you couldn't write this. I think, well, actually, if you were a script writer, this is exactly what you would write. But it's going to the wire. It's going to the last day. I just wish it didn't involve my team, but fucking hell. Right, thank you very much for joining me. Catch you in a bit.